We've encountered a snake in his natural habitat. He has no idea we're here. It's a 30-foot Burmese python. Come back, buddy. People want to see you. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to get you on an old tree branch. Dang, my boy is quick with it. It's the Tyreek Hill of snakes. Y'all trying to get bit today? Oh, he gave y'all a kiss. I'd like to get out of this questionable grass where we're... Oh, there he goes. He's not as happy anymore. Man, you... He ain't even got no fangs. Let's be friends. Let's be friends. It's okay. We can be friends. I think he's starting to warm up to me, really. You never know what you'll see out here, guys. Okay, brother. All right. Why don't y'all hang right here? Pretty snake. He's a friendly. Gonna let him go. I just accidentally ran over him on the side by side. Obviously he's fine though. There you go. Sorry, got a little distracted. We had some kind of tree fall over here. All right, searching for sheds one more time. Got a boss buck somewhere over there that y'all seen. We've searched around this field, found a dead buck around this field. I got one more side to kind of look through for sheds, and we're gonna do that right now. Hogs. Had a little bit of rain yesterday, which we desperately needed. It was incredibly dry out here, or it had been, so kind of resets everything, keeps the dust down, keeps me from not being able to breathe all the dang pollen. And yeah, we needed it, so I was pretty stoked about it. I know we show a pretty good bit of me walking around looking for sheds, just walking around in the woods, and we try to only show the stuff that's actually kind of interesting. If you watched, a couple, 2 or 3 of these, you're like, man, they show a ton of this guy just walking around not doing anything. But imagine how much footage we actually have of that we don't use. This is just the best way to learn the property. The best way for you to learn the property is your property is get out there, walk around in places you haven't been, learn stuff. I just ate a spider. Learn stuff that you never knew was out there. Figure out how they're getting from one place to the next. This feeds that feeds this. And every time I walk around, I learn something else about the property, something I didn't know. A 30-minute walk in the woods looking for sheds isn't a failure if I don't find any sheds. It is a failure in the sense that I didn't find sheds, like I didn't accomplish that goal. But if you're learning something that you can take and use during next hunting season, that you can kind of shift around your strategy in a sense, it's a win. Looks like an old scrape. All right, speaking of scrapes, so I watched a couple of the vlogs back, and I realized that I've been harping on these bucks, wanting these bucks to not hit the scrapes anymore. And I know that might sound ridiculous to some of you, but we're in May now, okay? And everything is connected together. If you know when, one big event happens on your calendar, if you know when your fawns drop, then you can track back and go, okay, this is when that doe was bred. The problem with our property is, and some of y'all may be in the same boat, our does can stay pregnant well into September. So what that does is, if a fawn's born, let's say in mid to late September versus May or June, the available nutrition is drastically different in the fall, winter months of the year versus spring and summer. So that fawn hits the ground and is immediately at a deficit just right out of the gate. It doesn't have the same available nutrition. It's half a year behind. I know it's common for us all to use half years when we talk about our deer, but I like to tell people we don't have half years on my property. And people laugh at me, but a fawn that's born in late September, October, November, December, January, February, he's not half a year old until after the season. So the majority of the time, our 1-year-olds are spikes. And I know it's probably impossible for us to change that, but in a perfect world, we would lower the doe numbers to where they're not cycling in that second time, that third time especially, and seeing sign late into April, seeing some sign in May, just I hate it because it reminds me of the deficit that those, especially the bucks, are going to have when they hit the ground. They're going to be spikes as 1-year-olds. They're going to be like that dead buck we found last week. That's a 2-year-old deer for us because it takes them time to recover from that setback of being born so late in the year. And maybe some of you are in the exact same boat and you're like, I get that. You know, we don't see fawns hit the ground until September, sometimes October, and it's just awful for them in terms of them and their ceiling as a buck, because they have such a sharp hill to climb at the beginning of their life. So that's where I'm at with that. I can show videos to y'all of pregnant does in September, and it's just like, it's setting the fawn back so much. It's setting the doe back so much because she's going to drop fawns late September, and bucks are going to be chasing her in January for us. So she has no time to recover, hurting the chances of the next fawn she dropped and the survival. So we also have come upon what appears to be hog sign rummaging around. Tearing everything up. It's really pretty in here though. I for sure have never been to this flat area, and I don't even know exactly where I am. I mean, I know the field is that direction, but this flat area looks pretty sweet. Dude, look at this junk. Boy, I hope I'm not where I think I am.
Best way for you to learn the property is get out there, walk around in places you haven't been.
This is a very pretty bush hog lane, but dang, I am way away from where I started. Okay. I gotta make my way back. I'm at a place we call the El Dorado, and I gotta go way uphill, so we'll work our way back that direction. We're walking our way back. Found the main road. Went a little further down than I would have liked, but we out. I'll tell you this. 3 things I know are true, because I'm not asking for sympathy about our genetics or when our fawns drop or anything. Nobody cares about your busted March Madness bracket. Nobody cares about your injured fantasy football team. Nobody cares about the poor genetics on your property. You just got to figure it out. You got to do what you can do. If you can feed, try and supplemental feed to close the gap. If you got too many does and they're cycling back in, shoot more does. We've killed 98 on this 1,100 acres in the past 3 years. So, make it happen. I believe in you.